The best news in technology and beyond. This is Crockel's News.
We've heard a lot of talk during these strange times about the new normal. There are countless publications across the internet using this phrase to describe the world we now find ourselves in. It's like we've woken up after an accident and found our lives changed. It's even been suggested that it's like a disablement. And that's telling, because disabled people have been campaigning for reasonable adjustments to working practices under the social model of disability since the 1980s, when nobody was listening. Margaret Thatcher even refused BT's offer of fibre network rolled out nationally because she couldn't understand who would need to work from home. So we didn't get it. Then, in 1997, the European Commission adopted a raft of policy recommendations on the labour market and the social dimension of the information society. This included commitments to promote teleworking in Europe and to study teleworking within the Commission. It was felt that education wasn't doing enough to prepare people for the knowledge economy, and that Europe needed to raise the educational level of school leavers. The Commission noted how use of the knowledge economy and teleworking could combat racism and xenophobia and promote equality between the sexes as well as for disabled people. I spoke to European law expert Jonathan Bishop about his views on the new normal.
The Welsh Government have announced that they're going to try returning children to schools, and they've been saying there's going to be a focus on using ICT and blended learning as if they're new. My organisation, Crockles, is Disability Confident. We have people working from home, and they were working from home before COVID. So distance working, teleworking, the new normal for many people is business as usual for us.
So you're in a key position to help others going forward. What kinds of systems have you developed?
The company has to work around all the different rules that the Welsh Government put in for funding schemes and the employment status indicator. So we've created different contracts for different type of workers. People who are on out of work benefits are more likely to want a 0 hours contract, and they're called casual workers, whereas people who are self-employed and claiming tax credits, they're called contingent workers. And the benefit of the employment status rules for people with disabilities is if you're an employee and you're sent home to work, your employer has to supply the computer. Whereas if you're self-employed, you have to supply everything. So we have had problems when people who are self-employed haven't purchased the necessary tools to work remotely. The employment status rules could probably be changed to introduce a new job status of freelancer, someone who does whatever work they can, and maybe mix in 0 hours contracts with being self-employed. So in one case, they'll fit into being an employee. In another case, they'll be being self-employed. And with the Employment Rights Act 1996, if they're a self-employed person who's working on a regular basis, then they're usually considered a worker and have many of the same rights as employees, including to holiday pay. So what we've tried to do is give everyone the same opportunity to have flexible working while working within and around the employment status rules, which require people to be treated differently. It's business as usual for us, and I think it should become business as usual for other people.
The best news in technology and beyond. This is Crockel's News.